So I think we all can agree a recession is on the way if it isn't here already. This, like many recessions, seemingly has come out of nowhere, and it appears to have been caused by a combination of panic due to the coronavirus and the economic lockdown that has ensued, as well as the drop in commodities led by the fall in the price of oil. Nobody really knows how deep or for how long this recession is going to last, but we do know that it will be over and we will recover. When we do get back to the business of growing and innovating, what trends are going to take us to the next step? Find out next on BTP Fusion. What's up, you guys? You're watching BTP Fusion, where it's our mission to inspire you to take imperfect action on your finances and business through the power of technology. Help us in that mission by pounding that like button and dropping us a comment if you like what we have to say, and especially if you don't like what we have to say. We're not perfect here, and we appreciate the input from our viewers to help us improve and deliver the content that is needed in this economy and the next. That said, though, during every recession and depression, or general economic turmoil, industries of all types suffer, and some shrink and contract to the point of even disappearing altogether. This economic recession is not going to be any different. On the flip side of that coin, new industries rise and thrive as money and capital that supported old business models and technology is freed up and pointed at new technologies and new ways of doing business. In the 1930s, it was radio and television that led the way into the future of media, entertainment, and advertising. In the 2000s, it was the early internet that did much the same thing. In 2008 to 2009, it was the social media revolution that changed the way we consume news and entertainment. And it really changed the way we live our lives day to day. What will be the new industries that do the same following this current recession? Let's start off by looking at the logistics and retail industries. Logistics is a business sector that focuses on the ability to deliver goods and services that's kind of behind the scenes in a certain degree. Yeah, sort of like Micro's dirty jobs. Think of an Amazon warehouse or an airport luggage handling service, whose main goal it is to get their product or service or person from point A to point B. You can think of logistics as all about the organization and implementation of complex operations. And new technology adoption is going to help to drive the improvements and efficiencies in this particular business sector. Like most sectors, the catalyst for the logistics industry's growth is going to be economic uncertainty and the need to cut costs. The traditionally conservative supply chain and logistics industry will speed up its drive to digitize, turning into autonomous drones, robotics, artificial intelligence, blockchain, the Internet of Things, and data analytics to ensure faster deliveries at lower rates. You can think of classical logistical heavyweights like Deutsche Post's DHL and C.H. Robinson are pouring millions of dollars into those types of technologies. Oracle and SAP, which already do a lot of supply chain and logistic work, will likely make acquisitions in this area to improve their capabilities. Industry disruptors to watch include Flexport. Another company to watch, Arrive Logistics, which raised $25 million last June. Others to watch are Cloudleaf and Pulte, which offer Internet of Things services and sensors for shippers to improve visibility throughout their supply chains. The company Fourkites uses machine learning and data analytics for more efficient deliveries. Others innovating in the delivery space are Dispatch, which offer an Uber-like service connecting businesses with drivers, and Zipline, whose autonomous drones deliver medical supplies to remote areas. Let's dive right into retailers, the sector that's been kind of hammered the last 10 years or so. And the thing that's been hammering the retail sector? Technology. However, tech trends coming out of the 2020 recessions may actually save the retail sector. All the big technology stacks that you've heard of, artificial intelligence, computer vision, deep learning algorithms, digital cameras, will reshape brick and mortar stores and drive new efficiencies for shoppers and retailers. Also, emboldened by the proliferation of cashless cashiers in stores like Target and Walmart, and also cashless, cashier-free stores like Amazon Go stores, automation is set to pick up steam. Startups to watch in the space include Vive. They have a smart shopping cart that automatically identifies items dropped into its basket, calculates the cost of the product, and notifies store managers if age verification is needed for a purchase. Caper, another company, has created a similar cart technology using image recognition cameras and built-in weight sensors. Focal Systems also began with a cashier-free checkout solution. But more recently, they developed an automated out-of-stock detection system that in November attracted an investment from Zebra Technologies. It competes with a similar product and company based out of Singapore called Trax Retail, and also Bossa Nova Robotics. Up next, we have the tech trends disrupting construction. Construction is not one of those industries that you think of as having a lot of forward-thinking, high-tech minded consumer demographic, right? It's really about putting up steel and laying concrete, laying down asphalt, putting up buildings, things of that nature. Not really something you would think about when you think about new technology. However, that might be changing. New technologies, including those that help manage and monitor construction products, identify inefficiencies that lead to delays, and improve safety and enhance construction equipment, are all areas that savvy innovators are looking to improve in the construction space. Companies like Alice Technology and their construction planning platform. Also, AI-powered construction tech startup Disperse. Construction site software developer FieldWire. Construction software startup Built Robotics. Indus AI, OpenSpace, and many others. While some technologies in the construction industry, like 3D printing of houses and even office buildings, are a little bit far away from full adoption, these incremental changes will definitely vault the construction industry forward in terms of technological advancement. Next up, we have operations technology. Operations, much like logistics, is sort of an undervalued market sector. Operations can be thought of as the software and systems, as well as procedures, and the services that enable them for large plants and other infrastructure. These industrial control systems were designed decades ago, before cyber attacks were even a reality. New cybersecurity platforms, which give industrial companies visibility, monitoring, and protection of their networks, have seen a flurry of activity relatively recently. Earlier this year in January, Insight Partners acquired Armis for $1.1 billion. Just last month, Tenable Holdings acquired Indigi for $78 million in cash. In September, Palo Alto Networks acquired IoT security developer Zingbox for $75 million. In November of 2018, Forescout Technologies bought the IoT security company Security Matters for $133 million. That deal was followed by Dragos acquiring Next Defense, a provider of industrial control systems technology. Other big players in the space include Palo Alto Networks and Cisco Systems. Also, don't forget private equity firms and large manufacturers, as well as giant IoT companies like Siemens, General Electric, and Rockwell. Next up, set to rock the world, alternative data. In a world of alternative news and alternative facts, companies and investors are looking at alternative data to help them get an edge on which companies are doing well and which companies are not. This trend is expected to continue as companies look to keep a tight lid on earnings and layoffs as the recession gets worse before it gets better. Nowadays, investors, both institutional and retail, are looking beyond financial statements for a competitive edge. They're harnessing alternative data from job listings, social media posts, and satellite images of foot traffic and parking lot capacity at stores and the flight paths of corporate jets. Thanks to artificial intelligence, machine learning, and natural language processing, these vast pools of data are easier to search and more accurate in predicting trends. Alternative data startups include AlphaSense, Battlefin, and Ireland-based Eagle Alpha. Others are UK-based New Data, ThinkNum, and True Value Labs. Companies like these scrape information from international news reports, think tanks, industry analysts, NGOs, and others to gauge performance related to environmental, social, and governance criteria. Potential acquirers of such businesses include FactSet Research Systems, Institutional Shareholders Service, Morningstar, Bloomberg, as well as exchanges like NASDAQ and rating agencies like the S&P. 5G, of course. Everybody loves a good 5G discussion. And the 2020 recession talk is certainly not dampening any discussions of the future of this technology. And in fact, talks of a stimulus package may even help to inflame the discussions of 5G, as politicians and others look to help the economy recover from the panic of the coronavirus. That said, despite the promise of 5G network technology, things like dramatically faster connectivity for smart machines, autonomous driving, and media consumption, the US has lagged behind China, South Korea, and the UK in deploying the technology. This may soon change as companies like Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, others promise more comprehensive rollouts of the technology that they piloted first in 2018. In fact, T-Mobile has used 5G to argue in favor of its $26.5 billion acquisition of Sprint. Companies like Movandi, Millie Labs, GenXCom, and JMA Wireless are all examples of smaller networking players. And let's not forget chipmakers Qualcomm and Samsung, which are looking to develop 5G-capable gear very soon. Up next, we have semiconductors. Semiconductors were a growth industry in the 60s and 70s. and they exploded during the 80s and 90s with companies like AMD and Intel leading the way as semiconductors formed the foundation of the technology age. Well, it would seem as though a round two for the semiconductor revolution is on the way, and this time it's helping to power the electric vehicle industry. New semiconductor technologies are driving changes in the electric vehicle battery market. Historically, electrical vehicle batteries have been costly, large, and inefficient. Now, gallium nitride and silicon carbide are changing that, allowing for smaller, more efficient semiconductors that can operate at higher voltages than traditional silicon wafers. Tesla's decision to include silicon carbide transistors in its Model 3 was a big milestone for the industry. Among the most mature gallium nitride startups are GaN Systems and Navitas Semiconductors. Other promising startups include Odyssey Semiconductor, Viz IC Technology, Efficient Power Conversion, and Transform. Likely buyers of such companies include power semiconductor device players, including ST Microelectronics, Infineon Technologies, ON Semiconductor, and Mitsubishi Electric. Something that for sure is going to power our technological future is great discussions on all things business, tech, and personal finance. You can find all those things right here on this channel, BTP Fusion. Don't miss out by pressing the subscribe button and the notification bell to ensure you get all our newest videos. We drop them every week, and you definitely don't want to miss a second of the action. And be sure to hit the like button if this video brought you any value whatsoever. And if it didn't bring you any value whatsoever, let us know in the comments down below what we're missing. Speaking of letting us know in the comments, what are your thoughts on these tech trends? What do you think the next technological trends will be? Join the discussion by leaving us a comment down below. In addition to that, check out the links in the description for references and great articles on this subject. And remember, a goal without a plan is a wish. A goal with a plan and no action is a wish list. Take action on your business and finance using the power of technology. And we'll catch you next time. Peace.